Woo! What's up, everybody? Feel great. Feel great. Doing a little impromptu, little early morning edition. Well, afternoon now. Doing a little bit of something. See, wait till a few people get in. A lot of people don't realize I'm live yet. It's going to be an interesting conversation today. Swear to everything to man, woman, and child. Uh, 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 uh. I'm going to tell you one thing that's very interesting about this situation. I had a conversation with this chick. The amount of narcissism and bullshit that came with it, it's like no wonder you're losing. You're taking L's because it's either you're overestimating yourself, you're too narcissistic, and you're just too damn silly to win. Woo! Everybody announce yourself when you come in. I'm just wondering. I had a conversation with this chick, and it started from a Facebook post. Number one, don't post something on social media you don't want anybody to comment on. That's retarded. It's this black chick who self-admitted to be in a Facebook message that she's about 40 to 55 pounds overweight. I said, that's cool. You got to work out, lose that weight. She said she's trying. Have you tried? Of course she hasn't. But then she has the audacity to put up a post complaining about the black women of yesteryear cooking, cleaning, servicing their man. But she's the same motherfucker that says, I'm not settling. You're too old to be making demands. For God's sake, you're barely a five. And this delusion, this narcissism, this overestimation of yourself is why a lot of ladies are losing. What's up, Aqua Dragon? Why is it that when you tell the truth, people think you're negative? Oh, and then she hit me with this bullshit called your truth and my truth. There's no your truth, my truth. It's just the truth. The truth is, are men and women in today's time trained? What's up, DJ Moss? Are men and women in today's modern time trained to be husbands and wives? If you ask the Faulkner man, it would be fucking no. Only people, and she's like, well, my parents raised me. They didn't train me. What the fuck do you think raised means? You semantics playing motherfucker. Can't stand motherfuckers like that. Know exactly what the fuck you saying, but want to change the word to suit their fucking purpose. Oh, can't stand a motherfucker like that. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, but you refuse to check your shit. Downright fucking refusal. And you wonder why brothers are not approaching you, because you want to put up this little red badge of courage, this false shield, this false body armor called I'm not settling. For someone to deal with you will be a settlement upon them. You're not offering much. Obviously, you're so damn overweight that they would have to spend money for you to be in a better situation. Excuse me. You, you're on the social economic platform of being a four, and you're demanding shit like you got a hostage. I'm only wondering, strongly wondering why. But then you wonder why we can't build healthy families. You wonder why we can't build institutions. You wonder why we can't have nice shit like your parents used to say. Excuse me. You're so delusional. You can't even see the fact that everyone else is beating you out. You put yourself on this pedestal of false ideology that there's nothing wrong with me. And it's been proven time and time a fucking again. Well, you're negative. I never you had this problem against women. I don't have an issue against women. The same shit I would say to you, I would say to a delusional man, and have many of times. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering what is it going to take? Is it going to take 70 years of loneliness? Is it going to take for excuse me other races of women to take you away from us? So excuse me, take us away from you? And it's like the entire time she's fucking internalizing shit like somebody directed the comment to her. And I'm just asking a question, having a conversation. But as soon as you hear one part of the conversation you don't agree with, like a fucking adult, you get upset. And you wonder why people don't speak to you. You wonder why people just walk past you and just don't even care about you. It's hilarious, really. You're so narcissistic that you think I'm not going to settle. You're really overestimating your value in the scheme of shit. Do you know how hard it's going to be each and every year, how each and every month for you to get a man? These are the same type of chicks who will go to their single girlfriends to get advice on how to get a man instead of actually going to men to say, how do I get a man? Obviously, a man knows what they like. Go to the source. But no, no, no. I'm going to be in the league of lonely chicks. Better yet, that's called Triple L, League of Lonely Ladies. And get advice from a bunch of bitter bitches. Well, you're negative to going to women. No, no, no. Women actually like me. You're trying to project all this bullshit and make it sound like something that's so inspirational, so God fearing, when in fact, what's up, Q Savage? Woo! When in fact, it's a goddamn shame you're not willing to do basic requirements that a wife has done since the beginning of mankind. It's no different than I'm gonna look at a guy's strange not taking out his trash, not trying to attempt to fix the sink, not building up a shelf, not fixing the railing. Too long have people got away from their duties, but you still want the same fucking respect as the people of yesteryear. You still want to talk about that you will be a good wife. No, 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 no. Let's talk about this shit. You want to benefit off of the backs of people who actually earned it. You don't value your men. You don't try to help. And it's just yesterday, I've encouraged black men to go look for that needle in the haystack. Go look for the woman that's right for you. And all the men, even if they were opposed, said, you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. But if you tell the same thing to a goddamn woman, she will look at you like you told her to go fuck herself. But she's not willing to settle. Check. You have the depth of hawk spit. This whole time, people have been with the coronavirus. How many people have been getting out, walking, if they're capable, exercising, watching their diets? A lot of us haven't been to work. You know, we could have benefited off this shit. Started new businesses. There are some ladies who actually done it, and I applaud them, and they should be commended for it. Some men too. But I can't stand a lazy motherfucker who thinks they deserve the world. My God. Basic shit. You get mad over basic shit. Basic shit. Hold on for 1 second. I'm back. Basic shit. And it's foolish for anybody who played sports and you're losing because you didn't have good fundamentals. You didn't have the groundwork laid. You didn't have the basics down pat. And I'm just looking at this chick and I'm like, you want this shit to be one way on your shit. Then she comes out of her mouth saying, my mom didn't have to work. My dad did. What in God's green earth do you think your mother did while your father was at work? What do you think your grandmother did when your grandfather was at work? They weren't on no lazy bitch shit. They did their part to make the family run smoothly. But see, you don't want to do and accomplish what your grandmother and mother have done. You want to sit on your fat ass watching Netflix all goddamn day, expecting him to do the dishes, sweep, and clean, and complain about your job. Well, I don't call myself independent. That's foolish women. I just say that I'm just a self-sufficient woman. What the fuck do you think independence means? Once again, semantics. I'm like, congratulations, chick. You're an adult. You want somebody to praise you on being an adult. That's the equivalent of when I used to wrestle. I think I should win the championship because I changed into my singlet and that's all I needed to do. That's asinine. Like, really? This chick got more issues than Action Comics. She talked about she can do everything that the old school women in the past. What's up, Iori? She claimed that she could do everything the old school women in the past have done, but you're single. There's no man in that equation. You got to remember, when it comes to relationships, men are the buyers. We say who gets in a relationship and who gets married. Just like you say who gets sex and babies and who doesn't. See, a lot of times we get too caught up on women giving us the bare, not even the bare minimum. And that's bothersome. You got some dudes out there who do the shit too, but women are proficient at that shit, man. And I'm trying to stay away from that, oh, black woman ain't shit. I'm really trying my best. I really want to make sure that everybody hears me on this. This is about the delusion that keeps you from winning. Putting forth an effort. Cook, clean, and what? She talks about she wasn't raised to be lazy. Bullshit. There is no fucking way you can be overweight and not be lazy. Bullshit. And she tells me, I don't know a woman that just brings themselves. Those are bums to me. Sorry. Not sorry. I work hard at everything I do and help others. Bullshit. Because you wouldn't have ran and deleted my comments, which I already screenshotted, motherfucker, when I said it. If you weren't, but once again, it's like my daddy always say, hit dogs always holler. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, chuck it. But yet, she says, I can't speak for everyone. I only myself. Do you think I can't couldn't be a wife? I'm approached more than I care. No, you're not. You're just approached to be fucked, not married. Okay? There's a difference. If a man really approached you to want to marry you, rule of thumb, it's called an engagement, a public engagement. See, that's another thing I'm gonna teach ladies who are listening. For some odd reason, you equate sex with a relationship. I could get a lot of man. So could a prostitute get a lot of male attention. So could a damn prostitute. They probably get more male attention than any woman. But yet, no engagement, no long-term relationship, just a goddamn loss. But it's funny when you break down every word someone says and debunk every situation, it gets comical. Comical. Think about it. She even said in a post, she just weighs 215. I'm sorry, ladies. You may call it being thick. You may call it BBW, these little cute little things. Nobody wants your ass to be that big. Women should never be that big. Sorry. No. Do you know that a lot of your unhealthy characteristics is transferable through genetics to your children and grandchildren? Do you fucking know that? But then you get mad when people call you a wall hitter and you crash it into that wall like a crash test dummy. And men for several years, probably several decades, have told you how to defeat the wall. But in that hubris and that narcissism, can't tell me what to do. You're not my father, even though when you get married, you're transferred from the protection and authority of your father to your husband. So technically, he kind of is. But yet, it's like I told my wrestlers, what happens when you listen? We win. What happens when you do your own shit? We lose. Note the difference? Note the complete difference. You can't keep your ears open long enough to get a win, to get the W, to walk out with the championship, which is called a decent husband. It's very peculiar that women for the longest time used to say all the good men are taken or in jail. I'll say this. When Robert F. Smith emancipated 400 black men at Morehouse, which is the equivalent of an Ivy League college or university, from thousands upon thousands of dollars of educational debt. I didn't see none of y'all chasing those dudes. Interesting. But just think about that statement and what it says to guys who are blue collar, college educated, military, fire, police, construction, doctors, lawyers, engineers, other men that you need who, if they weren't around, society would not be as comfortable as it is now. You just gave them a big fuck you in the face with spit coming out your mouth to them. But yet, you want to argue with a man about your truth so damn much, and you wonder why you're without one. Let's take a nice little stroll down reality. You're not submissive. You're not fit. You're not in shape. You have an ugly disposition. You're narcissistic. And of course, this is not all women and not all black women, but there's too damn many. You don't want to plan a future. You don't want to plan a legacy. You just want the here and now. You're treating the men like they're the accessory to you. He's equal to that damn necklace or that watch you wear, to that scarf or that sweater you put on. Just a necessity to make you shine brighter. You know, first and foremost, a lot of ladies will benefit if they learn how to be a good second in command. And you would benefit so damn much. Learn how to be a good XO instead of trying to be the commander. Learn how to be a good first sergeant instead of trying to be the commander. And you would benefit so much off of it. It would be amazing. It would be great. It would actually serve you, your husband, your children, and your community better to be a great second. What do I mean by that? Selfless service. I've coached wrestling for almost 20 years. Peep this. How many of you think of these mothers were picking their sons up or bringing snacks and juices and finding money to the tournaments or matches for the kids? You give up? Only one parent ever did it in almost 20 years of coaching. Only one. What's up, woman of the past? Woo! Look at this. I have 25 years of marriage and my teeth with an alcoholic, but I survived to care of family as I should. Exactly. You take the good and the bad. You don't leave at the first sign of trouble. You try to actually make a point. Now, I'm not saying you stay in an abusive relationship. Yes, you get the fuck out of there. But the first sign of a little bit of trouble, oh, irreconcilable differences. I meant to say I took care of my family as I should ever feel my responsibility until the end. Exactly. Exactly. But yet, if I was a coach for a white team at a white school, all the goddamn mothers would have been there at the matches with snacks. They would have put up fundraisers for tournaments. They would have put fundraisers up for new uniforms, wrestling shoes, wrestling headgear. There would have been no asking. It would have been in service. Coach, what can I do for you? Not what can you do for me? I've seen teams where their mothers would sew jackets, create jackets, get fundraisers to give them all jackets. But yet, you wonder why their boys are more successful than ours. Because they're taught what a woman should do through their mothers. Look at the correlation. Great mothers, great children become great adults. Sorry mothers raise sorry children and dysfunctional adults. Craig Harper, woo! My pop said you fall in love and out with your life, but don't ever leave over an argument. Exactly. Exactly. Over some bullshit. He meant to say wife, but that's cool. We got what you said. Exactly, Q Savage. If I was a damn white coach, I would have. We could have went to 3 damn tournaments. I could have sent them boys to camps. They would have made fundraisers to send them to wrestling camps. They would have went to the high quality tournaments. There would have been no question on, hey, can I borrow your wrestling shoes? They even would have paid tutors to be with the boys to make sure their grades stay up. And when their grades are up and they're competitive and they go to these tournaments to learn new moves and techniques and to be around higher competition, they get scholarships. Just DeAndre, what's up? Woo! And you're. But yet, a lot of women in the community don't want to be a second in command. They want to be the commander. And in the naval terms, you're sinking the damn ship. The captain's supposed to go down with the ship in victory or in defeat. But you don't even have the decency to do that shit. You want to make up all these excuses of why not to be a competitive person. Even with the non-competitive men, the one thing I can say about them is they know they ain't shit and will admit it. But you in that psychosis, it won't be allowed. Don't even want to put, it's always got to be about you. You got to have a picture with all your babies around and you in a fucking negligee or in bras and panties in front of your damn sons and your daughters. Try to promote yourself 4 kids where? What do you do? You work out. You're supposed to. Or why couldn't you be fully clothed with all your children? Because you're that fucking narcissistic? You just taught your daughters that the only thing of value about her is her body. You just pretty much embarrassed your son. Can your son literally go to his friends and show that picture off with his mother? Think about it. You don't even think long enough to say, is the shit I'm doing going to embarrass my son or my daughter? You don't even want to be a classy lady. You want to take a damn, and it's a couple of years ago. I saw this picture. 4 kids. The son's on one side, the daughter on the other, mom in the middle, with bras, Victoria's Secret bra and panties on. Eventually, them kids are going to be adults. Do you really think they could go around in high school and college and show that picture off to their friends? But because you're such a selfish motherfucker, self-centered, upset when a man tells you no, that's unbecoming of a lady. Please, ma'am, don't do that to your kids. You'll cuss us out. Well, Ed, you got to realize something. It takes a hell of a person to admit their faults. There's plenty of ladies out there who I see might have issues with their weight, might have issues with their job, and actually get the job done by getting in shape and getting more educated or certifications to get a better career, just like the dudes. But when the majority of people lean to their own understanding and just don't want to better their situation, this is the reason why you have so much of evil in the black community, so much dysfunction, because everybody wants to make an excuse for failure instead of saying the words, I failed. When you're willing to say that, you don't have failures. You only have setbacks. You have learning lessons. Hell, I had to learn for a while. Can't help everybody. You learn from it, you grow, you drive on. That takes maturity, and that takes an adult. That takes raising, and that takes teaching. Sometimes you gotta roast people, man. Sometimes you do. Thank you. Let a brother take a picture of Speedos or some gray sweatpants without any damn underwear on around his kids. They would call him all kinds of child molesters, chesters, abusers, all kinds of shit. But nothing said. What's up, Lena? Leaving? but that's the psychosis of the shit, man. Can't tell them shit. Can't be corrected. I get a chick, this same chick, who wants to put up, I can do all the stuff they can do. Then why aren't you getting the same results? Because you need to exercise the demons that this feminist ideology and education system has implored you. Yeah, if you don't have a kid, even if you have a kid, I've known women that have 3 kids and in damn good shape. I've known women with no kids, same age as me, and they weigh twice as much as they did in high school. What's the fucking excuse? At least a guy would tell you, hey, I'm fat. You don't hear men saying I'm BBW. Even if he's a fat ass, he'll say, I'm just being a fat ass right now. Think about it. He ain't gonna be like, yo, I'm sick. We'll look at you funny saying that shit. What's up, girl? I'm just thinking about it. There is no shame in someone being in a lower state than others. There's a shame staying there and not making an effort out. You will get so much respect in life trying your hardest and not making it than to never try at all. You got some parents out here that are sorry. Won't even go up to the damn school. Think about that. But yet, as soon as they come to the school, the few times they do, guess what happened? My son ain't do it. I don't even know what the hell your kids are capable of. Don't even put the effort and say, you know what? I'm going to make flashcards and vocabulary words for my son. Now, so years later, he will know the definitions and the spellings of these words. So he'll get a higher understanding and comprehension when he takes the SATs or the ABSVAB. But yet, how many times do we have parents in the black community that says, as soon as you're 18, you're getting the fuck out? And then you wonder why your daughter's turned to prostitution. You wonder why your son goes into a life of crime. Because you didn't give a fuck about him in the first place. You wonder why we're dying of heart diseases. You wonder why we have high blood pressure through the ass. You wonder why. Because we failed. And not a damn person wants to admit it. The overestimation of yourself. The legitimate narcissism. The hubris. And you wonder why you're failing. You literally plan to fail. You literally. And see, that's the number one thing right there. Not a lot of people put their hopes in their children. You got a lot of bitter motherfuckers who only had their children to either keep a man or to keep benefits. And as soon as you get mad with the children, you're just like your damn father. No good. Is that how you raise the next generation of your people to become your betters, to lead? Hell no. Fucking disgusting, man. But yet, we're not supposed to say shit about this. But yet, we're supposed to just sit idly by, believe what you want, listen to your little bullshit vocabulary words, and be a part of your psychosis. I guess if you were born, you might be fat, but you identify as skinny. So I guess that makes you trans slender, right? I don't know about you folks, but I'm gonna put you on some real game about this shit. You're gonna have to be competitive. You're gonna have to put more emphasis in being a healthier, smarter, more competitive, more giving version of you. A lot of people, hell, a lot of chicks tell me, we're not protected. Give me a product that's worth protecting. I'm still going to do my job regardless if you're fucking annoying or not. But be something that's worth protecting. Even if you're a five, male or female, be the best damn five you could be. A five is not a death sentence. Being average is not a death sentence. Maximize your average. Pick up on your strengths. Do not be like this lady who just wallows in her obsolescence, makes excuses on why she's being subpar. It's okay to admit, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but this is what I'm going to do. Every time in a man's life, we got to look at the world saying, fuck you. We're not going to give you any benefits. Then we got to look at it, deal with it, tackle the issue, conquer it, and drive on. We can't be self-pity preachers because when men fail, the whole community fails, the whole kingdom fails. We're not afford to be careless. Vito Corleone said it best. Women can be careless, children can be careless, men never can. But I'd like to think that since women are the first teachers of our children, y'all need to start taking pride in it again. And this isn't to pick on the ladies, because something troubled me with this conversation. Now, one damn time did this lady say, what could she do for a man? All she talked about, like, I'm not going to settle. You know what that says? I'm not willing to be competitive. I'm a sucker. And I want a sucker that I can suck him dry of all his resources. And I don't think I should do much except show the fuck up. If you do that to your husband, what the fuck will you do to your kids? We need more men in the community. Well, guess who's the first person to raise them? Let me ask you this one question. To a lot of ladies and gentlemen, would you marry you? Would somebody pull up with your positives and your bullshit negatives? Our girl said those are very important points. Yes, they are. My man Craig said if you're a so-called five, have positive energy surrounding you. That makes you a dime to me. Exactly. Exactly. It's like I said, when I started MMA, guess what? I was a wrestler. I was a damn good wrestler. And guess what? Every fight starts standing. So I had to get my stand up right. I had to join a boxing gym and take some lumps and bruises before I gave out some lumps and bruises. It's called to thy own self be true. If I'd have went into an MMA fight thinking that all I need is just one aspect of the game with wrestling, I probably would have been knocked out if I met a guy with equal or better wrestling and he has better hands. But yet, you got some people out there, especially in the women, who think, take me as I am. I'll take you as you are, full of shit. I take that you're full of shit. But yet, if a man who's 5'6" can build up his body, build up his wealth, build up his charisma, his social skills, and you talk about, well, there's no good men out there. I guess he will be physically attractive. He may not be 6 foot, but most men aren't. 20% of the world of men is over 6'2". Especially if you're 5'2" and you're dating a guy that's 5'6", he can tower over you. But yet, many of women are dating men that are in better shape than them. That's weird to me. How can you have a more handsome man than you are pretty? Oh, okay, you're paying for the dick. Okay, you understand. Don't catch me in a lie. How is it that your husband's in better shape than you? Your boyfriend's in better shape than you, and you're supposed to be the softer sex, the gentler sex, the prettier sex, the more beautiful sex. Think of that shit. Give me a woo in the chat if you really think that concept is weird shit to you. Think about that. These are supposed to be the softer, the more beautiful, the more attractive, the daintier sex. But a lot of y'all bigger than your men. That is some mind-boggling shit right there. Don't you want to go out with your man somewhere all dressed nice? You got about 2 or 3, maybe 4 kids, and you still keep a nice physique on you? That's bragging rights, ladies. That should be your goal. To get a great husband to support and inspire him and to still keep yourself competitive. Isn't that called a winner? That's the shit you should brag on, not being some BBW. Because if you had a magic wand or a genie in a lamp, the first goddamn wish will be make me look like 3 miles. Come here, Russo. Make me skinny. The second wish, give me a man with all these riches. The third wish would damn sure not be give me a new attitude. What's up, Boney? But yet, that's what we should be aiming for. I'm more impressed of a lady who's in a successful marriage, who's inspired her husband to be great. She's a perfect second in command. She can cook, clean, and do all the womanly duties and keep her ass in shape. That's impressive. Well, I work so hard. So do we. We work even harder. Here's some games for the ladies. If you're dealing with a fucked up dude, the first thing you need to do is put on your running shoes and get the fuck away from him and work out. Not eat a bunch of bonbons and cry at these phony Tyler Perry movies or some soap operas. Focus that energy and become in a better shape. Actually have a hobby that you and your husband can do together. I actually have to have interest in my man and not just use my pussy. Oh my. Get a bike. Teach your kids from little ages. Working out is fun. Learning is fun. The only time some people in the black community want to see their kids is when it's a photo op. Worse than the goddamn politicians. Get out of that damn narcissistic thinking. Well, it's been Corona. Guess what? Walk. Get an elevation mask. Clean it out. Walk around. Ah, get that air. Man, it's some bummy ass, gay ass, ugly ass niggas that's tall. Sisters put too much into height and not substance. Very true. Hell, I know this one guy. He's a card carrying member of the Homosexuals of America. His hygiene is so bad you can smell him before you see him. Living off a chick. By the way, I'm going to start this skit called Living Off a Bitch. We'll be back after these messages. Living off his chick. Trying to brag like he got so much in his damn house. The house is so messed up. I've never seen somebody have garbage bags on their counters. The dude wears the same shit weekly. I mean, it's disgusting just to keep a man. And the chick herself got more baby fathers than you got hair in your head or your beard. But yet, does it look like she's being competitive? Hell no. Does it look like he's being competitive? Hell no. Misery is always a great host for that company. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of dudes living off of them. But a real man is going to make a will and a way. And these are guys, before we even had this fucking COVID-19 shit going around, who were sorry as hell to begin with. Get the likes up, hit the cash app, support your interests, especially with this impromptu. I'll be laughing at these women walking down by Mondawmin Mall / Coppin State with their man. I guess they chose height and looks over substance. There's nothing wrong choosing something that's somebody who's attractive. Let's get out that notion there. But if that's all you're bringing, you got to come a little bit better than that. Oni says, Craig, you ain't lying. These dudes There's a dude I know. Ugh, the hygiene is off the chain. A grown man should know how to wash their. Hey, man, there's some dudes out here who need to wash their ass in battery acid. You ever seen a dude that's so damn dirty he actually becomes lighter in his complexion when he actually takes a bath? But yet, these chicks with these nice little degrees who put more emphasis on getting a degree than actually getting a man that's worth some shit, guess what happened? They go get the hobosexuals. Putting y'all on some game now. Some real game. And for a lot of college chicks, you forget this one rule of thumb, but I'm gonna give y'all some game. Get him while he's cheap. Get him while he's cheap. Don't wait till he's already a millionaire or he's the partner of a firm, because by that time you probably are out your prime. Do what the white girls, the Asian girls, the Arabic girls do. Get the man off his potential and not his kinetic. Get the man while he's cheap. Get the man while he's cheap. Stay in shape while you're dating this guy. Be inspirational. When he comes home, the only thing you should make hard on him is his dick. I'm going to answer your question. Give me a woo in the chat if you want me to answer all these questions. Because I'm going to go in on that question. They get those types of men because, number one, the men they really want do not want them. Number two, they have poor social skills. Number three, those are readily available dicks. Number four, they control the situation. Here's why. A man who's top tiered, women automatically has to submit to him because she knows in her heart of hearts he could get a better woman than her on any Tuesday, on any week. And because this feminist ideology that they learn throughout their education process, thinking that they're equals to men, and don't realize the best time for them to get a man and a husband is while their black asses were in college and not after. She's losing to high tier black women and high tier women of other races. And a lot of these chicks who get degrees, have you ever noticed this one factoid? You don't see too many women who are 8s and above with high level degrees. The toss a fork to say that bullshit. You ever notice you don't see too many eights and above with high level degrees? Anybody notice that? It's very rare to see that shit. Do you really think an eight needs to get a high level degree? Or is she going to be snatched up by some man in his 30s and 40s making serious dough and take care of her ass? I'll wait. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Please, somebody tell me I'm lying. You'll see pretty attractive females with a bachelor's. You'll see even fewer with a master's. But you rarely see highly attractive women with really PhDs. I'm not saying there aren't, but you rarely see it because they have to. And then you got to remember this also, key Oni. The higher a woman goes up in education and in promotions in their occupation, the harder it is for them to find men. That's a lot of the reasons why they look to the homosexuals. They don't ever talk about the predatory nature of women, do they? Hell, they don't even call some of these teachers who sleep with young boys pedophiles, do they? Somebody hit that cash app. We going in. Trust me, Yodi. Pay attention to those signs. Pay attention to those signs. The higher she goes up in that employment, the harder it is to find a man. Remember, especially in black men, each time he goes up a level in promotion and or education, he's got more to choose from. For women, the cone is actually in reverse. Our cone is going up like an upside down triangle. Theirs is like a pyramid. It gets narrower. And then if she's not attractive, she ain't getting picked. So now she's got to go to the bottom of the well because the guys on her level above ain't checking her out. And she's got to get the homosexual. And because she's a boss bitch at work, you think she's not going to carry that mentality when she gets home and boss that sucker all around the house? But yet, in that whole narcissistic playbook, you tell these girls when they're in college, go get you a man in college. Be a good second in command. Stop trying to get the most bang for your buck. At some point, you can't work all them hours and have a successful marriage as a woman. My man said they have no one to blame for themselves since most of these college educated women are only looking for the top 10% anyway. They don't date down, they date up. Excuse me. Let me change the statement. They wish they could date up. They date down a lot. Women lie. And college educated women are the ones initiating most of the divorces. Oh, yes. All for bullshit. Irreconcilable differences. Yep, it is sad, Oni. But you know what's bad, my lady? A lot of females will tell me to my face I'm lying. But we all know more than enough examples that I'm telling the truth. That's my son's mom, the cop. Can't leave the job at the job. Exactly. Exactly. Get these likes up. Hit the Cash App if you're inclined. $2, $5, $1, shit. Support your interests. See, a woman is supposed to be the queen because the king lets her roam. She's under that man's protection. She is not supposed to boss that man around. She's supposed to be the kinder, gentler, sweeter, the soother, the inspirer. And she comes to work still trying to act like you a goddamn suspect on a goddamn crime scene. Who the fuck wants to stay married to that? Sad. It's unrealistic, actually. It's very unrealistic that all these demands are made by people who can't even equal what they want. You can't even equal what you're asking for, and that's part of the delusion. Remember the biggest lie? Black men don't want to commit. And 80 fucking percent of the divorces about a women. Really? Really? That's a little tough. That's a little tough. And, see, men get content. And I mean, I got to blame men a little bit for this. Here's a game for men. Never let your woman get too comfortable. Always change it up every so often a little bit. If you feel yourself getting out of shape, get your fucking ass back in shape. You know why? That's the best equalizer. When that woman noticing, oh, his body getting tight again. I better get my shit together. That's her. I went through child abuse, FBI checks, the state check, all came back clean, still treated like a criminal. Exactly. That's called being bitter and vindictive of a situation you thought you had no control. That's all she's being, is bitter and fucking vindictive. But she can't do any better because if she could, she would. Think about it. If your son's mother could do better, then she wouldn't be on your ass trying to always see what you're fucking up to. Minding your business. Think about that very hard. If a lot of these chicks could get better men, they would shut completely the fuck up. Because if you ever notice, you check out, shout out to Kevin Samuels. You ever notice the really pretty chicks don't say shit? The chicks who are content, even if they're not pretty, the chicks who are content don't say shit. The chicks who are being treated well don't say shit. It's always the ones, for some godforsaken reason, who know their lot in life, always got to open up their mouths. Hit dogs always holler. It's like the dudes who complained about, well, this guy, they like the Pookies and Ray Rays. There's about 20 chicks over there looking at you, but you worried about one big butt Brenda who doesn't want you. It's the same shit. It's the equivalent. Well, I want you to rate me. And then when he gives them a rating, they get upset with his rating. Guess what? You want to know a little secret? I lost my first wrestling match, but I won a championship my first year. I had to humble myself and learn what the fuck was I doing. Winning the match 4-0. Didn't realize I was going to my back. Went to my back, he got a pin. We had the championships that same year, and I beat him in the first round. I had to humble myself and learn from my mistakes. You got chicks on there who are sixes, working sixes, he called it, and wanted to beat him all day. I'm at 8, I'm a 9. And I'm looking at the chick and I said, he's being nice calling you a 6 because you're extra regular like KFC chicken. Some of the finest women in Atlanta are dolos because it's so-called sevens. They shit together and they fun around, fun to be around. Cute 7 for the win. Yes, yes. A 7 is in the Goldilocks zone because a 7 is where you like to be. You could dress it down, but you're still always going to look attractive. Or you could doll it up where you could actually be in 10 sequence. You could actually be at 8, 9, or 10. Because she'll always be cute. A 7 means you'll always be attractive. Even if you wear bummy clothes, you'll still be cute. You'll still be pretty. But she can go up, high is up to a 10, or she can go back down to being a regular 7, which is still very attractive, by the way. A 7 is very attractive. All of this is very true for a younger woman. That should be the way you said, also assortment. Facts. Facts. Think about it. A woman's prime physically is between 15 and 30. Most women it's for 15 to 27. 30 if you're great. 32-ish if you're exceptional. When it comes to, especially when it comes to like fertility. But a lot of these chicks who get all these degrees, there's nothing wrong with sisters getting their degrees. They look at the degree as the destination. I've arrived. When the degree should just be the talking point. How many women are willing to get degrees that compliment their men? Interesting. How many women have boyfriends in college and says, wait a minute, you're going to be a lawyer? Wait a minute, I could be a financial analyst for him when he becomes a lawyer. Oh yeah, facts. Facts. They must adhere to the proms. Most real dudes want a girl he can have fun with. We are not worried about being with the finest chicks, but the coolest that's cute in her own way. Of course. Of course, because it's special. See, a lot of females don't take into consideration that your attributes make you even more attractive to us. Like I said just a few moments ago, how many of you are willing to compliment your man? Let him be the shining star, as Earth, Wind, and Fire would say. Think about that. My man's going to be a doctor, and he's going to open up a private firm, then I'm going to be a fucking nurse. I'm going to be his billing and coding. He's going to be a dentist, I'll be the dental assistant. Tell me where I'm fucking wrong. But reality slaps a lot of these ladies in the face like Panther with them nunchucks. Bow. That's reality. Think about that. How many times you think you're gonna keep a man if you become a compliment to him? An asset. But these chicks who think they're so high and mighty, I'm not gonna settle, become a liability to that man and damn sure themselves. I want you to think about that, folks. And I'm going to give game to the ladies. Walk into a relationship of what can I do for that man? If you always walk into service, you'll never be without a man. Even if that man is bad for you, guess what? That other guy, hundreds of guys are going to look at you and want you. Always walk in service. Peace to the chat. Live your best life. Get healthy, get in shape. Live long, love, and prosper. Woo! Style and profile. We'll be back later tonight. Peace.